People of Earth, how are you? My name is Al. Across the table from me is my friend Joe. Hi, Joe.
Al, how are you?
Good, and we were just extolling the virtues of TV. Not TV in 1975 or 89. TV now.
TV today is just incredible.
TV today is awesome.
And
you don't even have to be really actually... I mean, you can watch YouTube on your TV and see whatever the fuck you want. Or whatever. Or one of... I think I literally have 600 cable stations that I get. Something like that.
right, and I'm sure there's a snotty fuck listening right now who's like, well, why don't you read a book? And if I could focus that long, I'd read a fucking book, but I can't.
I used to like to read.
So I watch TV. And I watch, documentary shit.
I always only read
I
in
go
bed,
to
though.
YouTube. I watch MIT. I watch MIT. You can take classes. MIT's getting rid of their tuition. Did you hear this?
No.
I don't have this down straight, but MIT is going to be a tuition-free school.
Wow. How will they pay their professors?
Well, because they have like $100 billion in endowment.
Right.
Now I could have this completely fucking wrong. Maybe they're giving out their classes over the internet for free accredited classes, but I think they were doing that before. I want to say MIT is going to be tuition free.
My daughter, who's graduating in a week and a half, she took a lot of classes online, but I think it's not available to the public. You got to pay, and then you get the passwords, and you know what I mean?
Well,
but while she was up there at school, she would take 1 or 2 classes a semester online.
MIT tuition
Free. Less than tuition full. I know you don't care about... Actually, do you care about superhero movies?
Here we go.
Oh, go ahead.
For students with a family income under $90,000, the Institute ensures that scholarship funding from all sources will allow them to attend MIT tuition free.
That's hardly just becoming tuition free for everybody and anybody. It's not like anybody can do it. You know what I mean? You still got to get accepted and...
Well, yeah, I mean,
deal.
it's MIT.
Yeah.
It's... Seeing how a lot of the people that go to Harvard and come out of Harvard are awful and should be ritually killed.
Okay.
I think that MIT is the #1 university because Harvard apparently is, has that distinction as being the #1 university in the country.
Harvard is a liberal arts college compared to MIT. MIT is a science powerhouse.
MIT actually, what you get out of Harvard?
A liberal arts education. That's what you get.
Well, no, it's Harvard University.
You still get a liberal arts education.
They have various disciplines. There's various colleges within them.
I know. You can get a law degree there. And
well, that's graduate work. But Harvard is, you know what? MIT puts the people out to change the world.
Right.
Harvard puts out
politicians and lawyerly scum.
And
which
scum, which do change the world usually for the worse.
Right, in a bad way.
They usually don't help anyone. It's a totally fucking graft institution. George W. Bush went to Harvard.
He went to Yale, too, by the way.
Right. Went to Harvard, George W. Bush.
Now, was that
There's
was
no fucking way George W. Bush.
he did his grad work there though, right? He
Yeah.
was undergrad at Yale. Yeah.
There's no way George W. Bush, other than being George W. Bush, would have ever went to Yale or Harvard, even if his family were billionaires.
Admittedly, a C student.
He's a fucking moron
Yeah.
and a war criminal.
Yeah.
War criminal and moron.
Got elected president of the United States of America. In almost the
He
same
sure
fashion
did.
as the Donald. He won the electoral college and lost the popular vote. He's not that dissimilar to Donald, other than, well, you can't say he didn't run anything. He was governor of Texas. They said he did an okay job. Had a ball team for a little while. Made some fucking serious coin on that ball team, by the way. Hundreds of millions of dollars in profit.
No. 14 million.
In profit?
Yeah.
His share, that's it? Boy, I don't know about that, Joe.
That was my understanding.
How much profit did George W. Bush make on the sale of the Texas Rangers? He sold his share. How much? Yeah, he sold it for a profit of $170 million.
Who?
Oh, I'm sorry. You are correct, sir. The ownership group got a total profit of $170 million. He was just the face. He was not a majority owner. He got $14.9 million. You're right on the money, Joe. Sorry I doubted you. For his $600,000 investment. That's what I was saying. It was a pretty good turnaround. He made 25 times his money back. You know?
Right, and I guarantee that was a
legacy type fucking
yeah. It was
business.
going to be like
A
he's
good old
going to
boy.
be governor,
Yeah.
so let's let him put the $600,000 in. And
Yeah.
we'll give him this little.
I don't even
fucking-
remember the timeline on that.
Meaning, without George W. Bush,
The ownership group would have still owned the Texas Rangers.
and they would have sold the Texas Rangers for $170 million,
Oh yeah.
with or without him.
No, you're right. He's no financial wizard, that's for sure. Right place at the right time, born with the right name and the right genes. That's all.
I don't think he's an evil guy now.
Oh no, you can't be evil if you're stupid. You can't be genuinely evil if you're stupid.
Right. It goes. You have to be the evil mastermind.
Which is why I always ask about. I get worked up once in a while about the Muslim people, and then you got to step back and go, well, they're stupid, so they're not really evil, are they? They're just misguided.
Yeah, it's like being in a cult.
Yeah.
You know, and you saw your own balls
And
off.
that's why you're in a cult, because you're stupid. It's kind of like people who are Catholic. If you're Catholic, you're stupid. You're stupid.
Now,
if you believe in God, you're stupid.
I disagree.
You're a stupid person.
I
If you follow organized religion, you're stupid.
Now, I disagree with that. And I disagree before you even
I'm not even saying there's not a God, Joe.
No. I disagree that you have to be stupid to like be in a cult. Because
okay.
there are so many people that are looking. There's so many people that are looking to belong somewhere. That
I'm looking to belong to nothing.
and they fall. Yeah, but you're lying.
What am I looking to belong to? I'm lying to myself, or I'm just lying.
You're looking to belong to the human race. You're
right.
looking for what your fucking piece and contribution is supposed to be,
Well,
which is what smart people do.
unfortunately. Well, I used to rue the fact that I wasn't really contributing anything to society, and now I don't let it bother me anymore. Again, I told you I try not to get worked up. I try to block that out.
But it's not true. You just being around, you contribute
A little bit, I
in
guess.
small ways. You touch people in ways that you don't even know.
Especially when I black out.
Right. Right. Especially when you finger bang somebody and you don't even know.
Right. Or knew it and pretended that I didn't know it.
But no, here's the thing. Here's how I look at the whole Bush thing. Bush and Cheney, who were. I watched that movie Vice with Christian Bale,
Yes.
which was excellent.
Mm-hmm. I almost watched it this weekend.
But long before that, I watched a documentary with, like Life According to Dick Cheney or something, and it was 2 hours long. And I don't think Dick Cheney's an evil guy. But I think that Dick Cheney and George Bush thought that if they got rid of Saddam Hussein, and I have to admit, begrudgingly, that I thought the same thing at the time. That if you got rid of this fucking asshole and helped these people out somewhat, that these people would want to
assimilate Western values.
Yeah.
Yeah. Become Judeo-Christian all of a sudden, miraculously.
Well, just sort of like, not have some sort of a democracy so they can have a say in their government.
They want less say in shit than I do.
And it turns out they're fucking animals.
Yeah.
They're fucking animals. They reverted back to whatever their tribe was, and they fucking killed each other, and they killed as many U.S. troops as they could, and it was a complete clusterfuck. Now, the problem I have with the Dick Cheney and George Bush philosophy, if this is what they really believed, and you're president and vice president of the United States, there is somebody there with supreme knowledge telling you that that is not true. Meaning this wasn't new information. No, when you get rid of the dictator, all you're going to have is
a bunch of
tribal
little
fighting.
Yeah.
They're going to try fucking killing them. They're going to be killing each other, and they're going to want to get rid of the fucking infidels,
Right.
Because that's what you are. You're an invading army. You're not going to be seen as liberators. You're going to be seen as fucking invaders, and they're going to try to kill you.
Don't you think Schwarzkopf thought that?
I don't know what Schwarzkopf thought, but
I bet you he would have told them that. I don't know if they were privy to his counsel by the time they were in power, because Schwarzkopf was from Bush the first era.
yeah, and George H.W. Bush, because I remember when that war, I remember the drum up to that fucking whole thing. That was really, actually, that was like one of the times I was like nervous. And, nervous being like, holy shit, this is pretty scary. It's like,
It was
starting a Vietnam War.
It was the first one that you were watching. It was the first war that we watched live on TV. Live on TV. You know what I mean? You got
I
pictures
remember
back.
I had my buddy Ron Enos on the phone as it started. And we were talking to each other, like, holy shit.
I was at the pool hall when it was up on South Meadow Road that night.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking, 91?
Yeah, 91, 92.
No, actually, I think it's before that, Al. I think it's 90. It's either 89 or 90.
Yeah, you could be right. Yeah.
Because I was still living in a rented house on Fillmore Street.
Yeah.
But
When did the Gulf War begin?
that was...
August of 1990. That makes perfect sense. Yeah. It makes perfect sense.
So, Saddam Hussein went down, invaded Kuwait. We told him to leave. He wouldn't leave. We went over, and the U.S. government and the U.S. military kicked his ass all the way back to fucking Baghdad in about 3 days. Once they got, they ramped up for months.
Right.
I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
They brought 500,000 fighting people there and all the shit that they needed to fight.
Right.
It was like 700,000 shiploads of shit.
Right.
And then they said, get out of Kuwait or we're coming to get you. And he didn't get out, and we went to get him.
Right.
And then he lit everything on, they lit everything on fire. Remember that?
Yeah, and retreat, yeah.
And I remember
that's what I remember on
it's
TV.
It's going to take 50 years to put that shit out. And
it was out by Wednesday.
Months.
Oh, whatever.
I remember Coots and Boots.
Coots and Boots.
Coots and Boots
Coots?
was the name of one of the firms from Texas that went there and put fires out.
Oh, no shit.
Like that was their expertise, putting well fires out.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another one. But type it in. Coots and Boots.
It's Coutts.
No, it's like Coots. Coo.
Oh, really? Coots and Coots and Ladders. No, Boots and Coots. Boots and Coots.
Boots and Coots?
Yeah, it's a well control company. It was founded in 1978 by Asger Boots Hansen and Ed Coots Matthews.
There you go.
They put out 1/3 of the more than 700 oil well fires set in Kuwait by the retreating Iraqi soldiers in the Gulf War. So yeah, they ended up doing okay.
So it's Boots and Coots?
Yeah, Boots and Coots. I mean, you were right. I had never even heard of it, and you just had it a little.
Well, I'm a little older,
jumbled.
so I was probably more aware.
I wasn't paying attention much
because I was 26.
I was getting ready
25.
to get married. It was just a whole fucked up time of my life.
You were 21.
The Gulf War was that whole. I was graduating college and preparing to get married and doing that whole becoming an adult thing. I paid not a lot of attention to politics back then. I just didn't.
I want to say that I didn't really I didn't watch any news back then, but.
And it was on because I was at the pool. It was at the pool all summer. It was school hadn't gotten back in because I was going back for my last. That was supposed to be my last semester, second to last semester, but it was my third to last semester. Anyway, I was up at the pool hall and remember it was on the TV. Fuck, I forget what I was saying. This is some fucking good weed. Looks like you have a particularly painful abrasion on your left index finger. What up? Is that a blister that popped, or is that a burn, or is that just...
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a welding burn.
Yeah, all right. It does look like a burn.
And it had a big, puffy pus ball on top of it.
Now, was this the type of welding where you just can't wear gloves to make it happen, or were you being obstinate?
No, I was wearing gloves. It went through the glove.
Oh, no shit. Woo.
Sometimes you get like a fireball of hot metal.
Yeah.
And it just burns
just
right through the glove.
Doesn't matter what the fuck is on your hand.
And goes right into your finger.
Yeah.
But luckily, these heal right up in 8 or 9 months.
Yeah, right. Maybe. Evan's...
I mean, you can still see I got fucking welding wounds all over my arm.
Yeah, look at that.
See these little white dots here? They never go away.
Yeah, right.
And I mean...
It's because all the pigment in your skin was fucking singed away.
I mean, it's just... I got them everywhere. Little fucking welding... little blobs of molten metal landing on me.
Evan's little ex-girlfriend there, the professional welder who was in here, she's already all fucked up with burns all over her hands, Yeah, she does it 8 hours a day, every day.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, well.
Welding is, if you gotta fix something, welding's cool, but beyond that, man.
She does all that decorative shit, and she's not, she can fix a fucking,
Still sounds awful.
She could fix a fucking piece of heavy machinery if you need it welded, but she does all that fine welding bullshit. Even Evan's hands are all fucked up from what he does, man. He's only 18. His hands are fucked. He had to take like 2 weeks off from playing guitar. Tips of his fingers are all split and shit.
Yeah, because he's working he's got machine oil all
Oh,
over the
yeah,
place.
yeah. Solvents going on and oil and this and that.
And I mean, you want to be able to, like, if somebody could invent a pair of gloves you could put on, like, you know, I've got those medical gloves all over the place. I wear them all the time, but if it's hot out, you can't keep them on.
I'm going to tell you right now.
And those are as close as you're going to get to, you know,
In the near future,
it's the hand condom.
in the near future, it's going to be like, you know, like in the airports or the newer airports, I like using paper towel to dry my hands, but they have those high speed blowers, but now they have the ones where you stick your hands into like that.
The Dyson.
And you go like that, right? And it gets it pretty dry.
Right.
They're going to have a machine like that in every machine and welding shop one day after we're dead, where the people put their hands in and it comes out and it's just protected in some fucking... It's got gloves and they're not gloves. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
like
it's
a
gonna
plastic coating.
It's going to be a coating on your hands, and then at the end of the day, you either put it in solvent or back in another thing, and it'll come off, and nobody's hands are going to get nicked up. I believe that. But then again...
Good point. Like a super glue sprayer.
Kind of like that. Yeah, like a super glue spray or something, where it's not... There's no air, there's no vapor in between the glove and your hand. You know what I mean?
And
That's
you
the
can
only
feel
way,
everything.
That's the only way you're going to be able to do that with your fingertips, all that shit that those guys do, you know? But then again, we always talk about it. By then, AI maybe everything will be automated. And guys like Evan will be getting universal basic income. They won't be fucking doing machine work, you know?
AI is the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
That nobody is aware of.
I think they're aware of it. Some people are.
Now,
Nobody's acknowledging it in a serious manner.
Nobody is aware of it in the fashion that they don't understand the
imminence of it.
No, the gravity of it.
Yeah.
Meaning, it's like, oh, I'll hear people talk about AI. They go, it'll be wonderful. It'll be able to tell us, you know, how to operate better on, you know, when we transplant a kidney, and it'll be able to tell us if this kidney's a better match. And I'm like, well, yeah, I might do that for about 3 years, and then it'll be making the kidney and doing the operation. And the operation will consist of like a fucking needle where it grows the fucking kidney inside the person that needs it.
Right.
And then you as a medical professional will be fucking obsolete.
Right.
So I think that the AI are the thing that people don't get is this thing is year one will be 1,000 times less than year two.
Yeah, right. And then it'll just get exponential.
And then it's 10,000 times less.
You won't even be able to quantify it in that manner eventually. You know what I mean?
So that's the thing that AI is going to happen. It's happening now. There's artificial intelligence all over the place, but it's like they call it dumb artificial intelligence.
That's why your phone knows. That's why your phone knows, man. Your phone knows.
Elon Musk is talking about his cars can already... He's confident that his cars could drive themselves today.
Yeah.
But it hasn't reached a level where it has to be a certain amount, like when we become 300% better than a human driver, meaning we kill one out of 3. 1 out of 3 is blamed on AI. And, the other 2 are the humans. Then that's way better than human drivers.
Right.
So the AI will still be responsible. The car, the software will still be responsible, but there's no arguing that if you kill 3 less people, or 2 less people, I should say, 3 out of 1, 2 less people per incident, then that's pretty good.
1 less.
Well, it's 300%, so they're 3 times better. So AI will kill 1 in 3, and humans will kill 3. So that would be 2, a difference of 2, right?
1 in 4 and 3 in 4?
So AI will kill 300% less.
I got you.
So if a human was going to kill 3 people, AI is going to kill 1.
Okay.
So that means 2 better. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, your math's way off, but that's okay.
Well, no, you think about it. Okay, a human being driving along in a car.
Yeah.
And an AI, a car that's piloted by itself, it's 300% better than you. 3 times is better than you.
3 times is better.
3 times better.
So that means if I killed 1 person, it kills 1/3 of a person. So if I kill 3, that kills 1. That's 2 less.
Now, do you got it now?
Yeah.
There you go.
So that's good. It's a good score as far as AI goes.
Right. That means AI is better than a human.
Right.
So you can say it's not perfect. No, but it's 3 times better than a human driver. So, and that's what he was talking about, is where do we have to get to? And then somehow, you have regulatory bodies, and then insurance. If you're going to drive an autonomous vehicle and it's 3 times better, your fucking insurance ought to be
1/3 of what it is.
Well, it should be.
For a little while, it'll be more.
Yeah, I mean, it should be less for certain things. I mean, an actual, all right, how many cars on the road are AI compared, if it's 1 out of 10, you still have a chance of an asshole running into you.
Right.
Who has no insurance, so your insurance company has to pay. So that'll have to be all worked out. But, that's he sees that, and he's always a little, because he's optimistic. He sees that in like 6 months, because the thing I listened to was like 6 months ago, and he said it was a year.
Okay.
But let's just say it's 2 years from now.
Mm.
There'll be people driving down the road asleep in their car.
Right.
And 5 years from now, it's going to be fucking everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere.
Like Uber, only without drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Great.
By the way, you got your Ray Kurzweil glasses on. You're talking like Ray Kurzweil, and you got your Ray Kurzweil specs on.
Is this what Ray wears?
Something like that.
Ray is so fucking bright.
Yeah, he's a fucking visionary. Literally a visionary.
But like varied interest bright.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Do you know, I love that about a person.
Renaissance type varied instruments.
Like Ray Kurzweil, I forget the story, but you can look it up. Ray Kurzweil and Stevie Wonder had some sort of, I don't know whether it was a bet or a fucking like, I bet you couldn't do this, or Ray Kurzweil basically invented the fucking synthesizer and gave it to Stevie Wonder and said, now who's the bitch?
Right.
Stevie was like, this is fucking amazing.
Right.
That's Ray Kurzweil. But then Ray Kurzweil is also involved in like fucking, building 4th generation nuclear power plants too.
Right.
So it's not like Ray Kurzweil is just the music. He's got like patents and everything.
Yeah, microsurgical instruments. And
Yeah, he's
fucking
fucking crazy.
software companies and everything.
Just crazy. You can't. There's no way to match a person like that because
Right.
he's crazy bright and crazy ambitious.
Right.
You gotta have the combo. You know, you can be like average intelligence with crazy ambition and do
Great.
amazing things.
Yeah.
You certainly make yourself a lot of money. Now, if you're crazy bright with no ambition, you're going nowhere.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Or, I mean, you're not going far.
Yeah.
You know, you're not. You gotta want to reinvent the fucking planet.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of fucking work, man.
It does. I mean, that's why
Sounds
a
exhausting.
guy like Elon Musk, you gotta understand that this guy is so fucking driven. Like he's driven to the point where, look, Elon Musk sold it was before PayPal. He sold some fucking software thing for like 150 million. I would have been all done at
Right.
150 million.
Yeah, right.
Actually, he sold something before that and made 22 million. I would have been all done at the 22 million. I
Yeah.
would have been like, I'll fart around a little bit.
Right.
You know, I'll invest maybe a few things here because you can't do nothing.
Yeah, right.
You got to have like some irons in the fire. But as far as like, I'm going to take this 22 million and I'm going to fucking bet it all
Right. On something else.
on rockets
Yeah, yeah.
because we're going to Mars, baby.
Mm-hmm.
No fucking way. I'd be all done.
Yeah, right.
But that's not him.
Yeah, right.
I mean, he took the like, maybe that's what the money he got from PayPal. I don't know. But he's taken like, as far as personal risk, he's fucking almost bet everything that he's had between Tesla and SpaceX, especially Tesla. I mean, they came close to like not being anymore.
Right.
And that guy made it fucking happen. You know, along with all his workers, I'm sure he would say, but he made it fucking happen. And I don't know. I think it's incredible. It ain't me, though.
No.
And that's okay. I'm just an average Joe.
No pun intended, baby.
That's right. That's right, man.
Speaking of average Joes, did we talk about Joe Biden running for president of the United States?
No, but talk a little bit so I can take a piss.
Joe Biden, if somehow he doesn't fucking collapse and perish on the fucking the campaign trail, not even on the road to the what do they call those fucking things? The pre-fucking general election shit. I'm so stoned. Primaries. He won't even make it through the primaries, but if for some reason he does and he proves victorious and he gets to go against the Donald, he would be 78 on Inauguration Day. Bernie Sanders would be 79, by the way. You see Donald last week after Joe announced, Donald goes, I don't know. He calls him, what's he call him, Sleepy Joe or something?
Yeah, something to do with sleepy.
I don't know about Sleepy Joe. He goes, he's kind of old. He goes, I'm a young, vibrant man, but I don't know about old Joe. He called himself young and vibrant, old Donald. He's the best, man. Our very own Phineas P. Bluster for fucking president. So anyway, I want to say Average Joe. Yeah. Average Joe. Him and his wife were doing the rounds on Sunday and Monday about his past transgressions vis-a-vis being a little handsy. with
Trump-
with women.
Trump said, "I'll never talk about somebody's age as a disqualifier."
But
Joe being 76. But he says, I don't know. I get, it goes person to person, but I got like 100 times more energy than that guy. That guy's, I mean,
tired Joe Biden.
it was pretty fucking, I think he called him Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, Sleepy Joe.
He's going to be, I mean, he's going to come up with a name for all of them. Is Elizabeth Warren dropped out yet?
No, but she's...
It's got to be happening soon.
Yeah, she's...
Because, is anyone sending checks into Elizabeth Warren?
Well, it's just like any election season. As newer people get in, they raise all the money that month, and the people who've been in don't get the money. They don't get any of the new money. So, even Biden, as big a fucking fool as he is, when he announced he's getting all the money. You know what I mean? He's getting more money than Bernie now. Bernie was the last one to announce. That's just how it works,
Now,
and when Hillary gets in, she'll get all the money. You know what I mean?
do you think, can Elizabeth Warren cash a check that is made out to Pocahontas? Huh?
Poor Liz.
What do you think?
I don't know. But we brought up that maniac Bernie. Fucking, this kind of folds into something that I was trying to ask you earlier. Do you care about superhero movies? You like movies and shit? Like, you'll watch a superhero movie?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That new Avengers broke every fucking record in the book. It opened at $1 billion, right? And so Disney, movies like that must cost $500 million, but whatever. They're already way making money. So Bernie is saying that Disney should spread some of that Avengers money around to all their employees. Because the CEO makes 1,400 times as much as your average Disney worker makes.
Well, and I agree.
So that's Bernie.
But Bernie's right. There is a huge problem
Disparity
with the person that runs the company making 1,400 times.
Yeah.
There's a big problem there because he's not the only guy that can do the job.
Yeah. Again, only one at a time does that job, though, right?
Yeah. Well, look, they had a guy in at Nardelli. Nardelli ran. They hired him, I think, for Home Depot. They paid him $200 million to go away because he was fucking terrible.
Wow.
And then he went on to run Chrysler and Dodge. I don't know how that worked out.
I don't think very well, because
Probably not well.
didn't Fiat buy Chrysler?
Yeah, but I
wasn't
don't know
the other
whether-
way around. by
I don't
the
know
way.
whether it was a good deal for shareholders or whatever. But they had to pay fucking Nardelli $200 million. I'm pretty sure it was $200 million to go fucking away.
Wow.
There's something wrong with that. There's something. If you're a corporation and your primary goal is to increase shareholder wealth, then paying someone $200 million to go away, whoever baked up that fucking contract should be killed.
Right.
Whatever lawyer that said, yeah, we need this fucking piece of shit so bad, we're going to pay him. If we have to shit can his ass because he sucks, we're going to have to pay him $200 million to go away.
It's almost like incentive to do a lousy job as CEO.
And I say $200 million like it just rolls off the tongue. You
Right.
know? $200 million.
It's a lot of money, man.
That's $200,000 bills. Or $2 million $100 bills. $2 million $100 bills. If you had $2 million $100 bills, I believe it would fill up your average fucking raised ranch.
Sure. In neatly bundled stacks of $10,000.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to warehouse that shit.
Yeah, right. It's a lot of dough.
It's a lot of fucking dough.
Yeah.
You couldn't count it. You couldn't count $200 million.
Speaking of which,
200 million. You couldn't count 2 million of anything. It would take you the rest of your life.
when do you think that actual paper currency is going to go away?
Well, I mean, paper currency's already basically gone.
Yeah, but it's not gone. I mean, all the way fucking gone. Is that going to happen in our lifetime? And I don't even think you're going to have to use a card. I think everyone's you're going to have a fucking something into your skin or some fucking thing.
Oh,
You know?
we don't want to go there.
Well, then they're going to track everything you buy anyway. You know what I mean? Then they'll be advertising, flashing in front of your eyeglasses and shit.
Back to cash. I don't think there'll ever be. I can't foresee in my lifetime where cash is gone,
I hope not, man. I like the whole cash thing.
because cash is.
I mean, you can't rent a car, but fuck it.
But I mean, when I close on a house and $500,000 gets transferred, there ain't anybody moving $100 bills.
Yeah, right.
It's something shifting on a computer screen.
Right.
I mean, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get a check for $5 million and you go to your bank to deposit it, whoever your bank is, somebody
No, I get it.
somebody isn't transferring $5 million in cash.
I'm talking about the late night trip to the convenience store to buy munchies.
I believe
Even then, there's a lot of more people using card than cash. But
I believe there'll be cash for a long time,
yeah,
because cash
is king.
as dirty and filthy as it is
Yeah,
as long as the United States doesn't fuck up the dollar, which
it's
Where
gone out
else?
of its way to try a few times.
well, where else are you going to put your money if you're a world person? Where are you going to put it? You're going to buy fucking you're going to buy yuan or whatever it is in
No, you
China.
could-
You're going to buy $1 trillion in currency in a fucking communist country,
Right.
with nobody that's democratically elected and a government that's I don't know. How old's the Chinese government? Mao Zedong. The new government, there was the last guy or the guy before the last guy, 30 years old, basically. The way they've been doing it now.
Right.
Or you're going to go to the United States. The thing about the United States is we're not an old country, but we're a fucking wildly old government.
That's for sure.
Our government is 1775.
Yeah.
So we're in the 300-year-old range, right?
Well, 1775.
1975.
That's 200 plus 25 is 225.
So we're
plus
in the
19 is 244 years.
So we're in the 250-year-old government deal.
Yeah.
That's an old fucking government.
It's a young country, but it's an old government.
There's no European country that can boast they have a 225-year-old government.
I don't think so.
I mean, France has been around for a long time, but they had a monarchy, not
Yeah, their government has been all different. And even England has
same thing.
Yeah,
Every one of them.
it's a different setup. Yeah.
Norway, Sweden, all the ones people look to from here going, oh, yeah, we can have health care just like Norway.
Right.
Yeah.
All 10 million of them.
Well, yeah, all 10 million with the same genetic makeup.
Right.
That's a good comparison to the United States.
The homogenous fucking population.
Yeah, they all look the same.
Right.
There's 14 last names.
Right. And all their heads are all square and shit. Western European cranial
Why are their
anatomy.
names all?
Well, you're thinking about Iceland now. That's 100,000 people with 4 last names.
Breezengarden.
Yeah.
Breezengarden. Everything ends in
Son
garden.
or daughter.
Yeah.
DOTTIR. Well, I'm talking about Iceland. I don't know about Norway. I mean,
Well, but they all have like the
Johansson.
Johansson
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Borghansson. And,
Yeah.
you know, they're all look. It's all fucking intermingled. They don't have. There's no Pakistanis in Norway with the last name Jorgensen.
Yeah, right.
So it's fucking bullshit. It's a bullshit comparison.
Although I'm sure fucking Oslo's got a share of its fucking Sharia law observing motherfuckers too, though.
Have you seen that shrieking ugly whore, Nancy Pelosi? I saw her today.
I haven't seen her in a while.
And they met with the president. She looks so horrible.
I mean, that's what age does, man. She's an old broad.
And she's also so fucking stupid. No, she's not.
She
Obviously,
thinks
she's
we're
not
stupid. She thinks we're stupid.
But she is so fucking crazy.
She is nuts.
And she must believe that there's 51% of the people that are with her. She must believe it.
I don't know. I think old Donald actually clocked in at 50% in a fucking.
How can you be Nancy
accepted.
Pelosi and be that sure that you're right, and then say, "Yeah, I know that only 25% of the people believe what I say because I'm a crazy fucking lunatic from San Francisco."
Right, but people don't know what they want.
I want to have a sanctuary city,
But
and right now we have a sanctuary city where there's 14 miles of tents with homeless people living in them because we can't take care of them. But we want as many illegal immigrants as possible.
unless the president says he's going to drop them off there for real, then you don't really want them.
Right. Okay.
Oh, we can't do that.
Well, you say that you'll take in anyone. So we're going to bring you all the fucking illegal aliens.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's terrible. That's terrible.
No, you have to let them live where they want to live. Well, why not let them live in the
San
place
Francisco
where
sanctuary sounds good. A lot of free shit.
Yeah.
Bring them there. Do you get a tent? Do you get like a fucking I don't know, a key to the porta potty, or wherever they take a shit?
Yeah, right. Actually,
Jesus.
Actually, that was just in the news last week too. Fucking San Francisco's got a serious problem with human fecal matter in the streets.
Right. It's
serious
everywhere.
problem.
It's a fucking. This is what they've done.
Yeah.
These crazy. I don't know what they. I don't think they can think, because it's like, okay, we're going to bring all these people in, and your average apartment in San Francisco costs like $2,700 a month for a studio.
More expensive to live there than Boston.
Right, for a studio, and nobody said, okay, all right, if we do this, now they don't have any place to live. We can feed them probably, and we can do a few other things, but let them all in.
Right.
And Los Angeles has like one of the biggest skid rows ever.
Yeah.
I mean, like miles of tent. And it just gotta smell.
Oh, can you imagine?
I mean, you can't smell it over the TV. You can just see it. But
New York's bad enough without all the tents. You just walk around anywhere in Manhattan, it smells like piss. Their homeless are like rats. They don't need no skid row.
I wonder what it's like there now with de Blasio. I mean, I haven't been in New York City in a while.
I haven't either. I I don't care.
Under
to go.
Giuliani, you didn't see a homeless person.
Yeah, well, they cleaned that shit up.
I believe Giuliani had them executed and thrown in the river.
They had them fucking reinstitutionalized, except much like Massachusetts, they don't have like the big facility. They put them in fucking group homes, and there are people who run them, and it's like a little business. You know what I mean? That's because all the mental hospitals are closed everywhere.
I remember when they closed them.
Yeah.
They let them all free. You're free now.
Yeah, well, now they get snapped up and
Jesus
they
Christ.
still get taken care of and paid for by the state. Just entrepreneurs who buy property and staff the houses. That's where the Plymouth has a lot of them, actually. Tons of them.
We go by Munson State Hospital occasionally. And there's like 30, I don't know, I'm going to take a guess by just driving by. There's like 30 brick buildings.
Yeah.
Good size, like a couple main ones and then a bunch of satellite ones. And
Yeah.
this is a huge fucking place.
Yeah.
And they had those all over the state.
Yeah, I drive by one every day, twice a day in Lakeville.
They had one in Worcester.
Except it wasn't as that big.
My buddy I went to college with worked at the one in Worcester
It's one in Taunton, too.
in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
I was his part-time job. He went and I remember him telling me they used to call a Mayday. Mayday on fucking second floor, and that meant somebody was going crazy, and everybody would rush to where the
fun was.
Yeah. And watch the guy stab a pencil through the fucking side of his cheek 800 times in a row while jerking off. And they wanted to do away with that and just send that guy right out back onto the street.
Well, Giuliani rounded them up and got them all in fucking homes. However he did it, I don't know. I don't know what the mechanism was.
You sure he didn't kill him?
Maybe he had him shipped. Maybe he had him shipped to San Francisco. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Because they went away, and there was a lot of them.
There was a lot of them, yeah.
And he said, we're not living like this anymore.
Yeah, right.
He came in, and I remember I went there with Rob. I was like,
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah, we went there like in 97 or something, and I'm like, holy shit. And I hadn't been there in 10 years, and I'm like, we went to Times Square, and that's all. That's kind of gross in the other direction. Like, it's all fucking Disneyfied, and there's an M&M store there, and it's it's awful. But I mean, really, I think the fucking seedy strip joints were better. But I was like, I haven't seen a fucking, I remember going there in the 80s. We went to the World Trade Center, and there were, old women with shopping carts, inside the World Trade Center. They got in with their shopping cart inside because it was a big mezzanine around the... I might have this wrong. Maybe they were on the outside perimeter or something. But they're all over the place, and they'd be going crazy. Fuck you, you cocksucker. You're not taking my cat. And there'd be a dead cat. The guy was trying to get away from this crazy lunatic. Things fucking, it's been dead for 6 months.
Stiff as a board, man.
It's just like all the maggots
have already eaten all the fucking meat.
They're gone.
It's just a fucking piece of fucking fur.
It's like a stiff, I don't know, it was there and then it wasn't.
Yeah, well. Speaking of there and then it wasn't, fucking Whitey Bulger's autopsy report came in.
No.
It turns out that he died of head trauma.
Get out.
That's how old Whitey fucking perished. Turns out when they fucking beat you to death with locks and a sock or whatever the fuck it was, that you're going to perish of blunt force head trauma.
It's a fucking bad way.
It's like just a fun little reminder. It's like we're going to verify the fact, in case you hadn't thought of Whitey Bulger in a while, that he died not well.
Live
by the sword, Joe. Live by the sword.
I agree. The only thing I hate about that story is
it happened under someone's watch.
It happened under government watch.
Right. That's why I don't like the death penalty.
That's why I don't like any of these criminal. I don't want to get back into this, but the whole fucking criminal justice system, from cops and jailers to judges and lawyers, it's it's a sewer of scum.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure, there's some bad people out there and they need to be dealt with, but this fucking system, except for all the rest, this system's a nightmare and probably the worst system going, except for the rest of them in the world.
Yeah, right.
So, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix it, so I should just shut up. But it's there's no way you should be.
Well, we could start with everyone who has a law degree. Everyone who actually has a law degree is put to death.
Yeah.
If you have a law degree, you don't get to live anymore. Sorry.
I would carry out.
Start there.
I would happily shoot lawyers.
Yeah. And all judges are lawyers.
And sleep like a fucking baby.
Yeah, right. Not lose a wink.
I really would.
Yeah. Go asleep.
I would just like
Joey.
Watch. What? Okay. Oh, look at the bullet go in. Oh, really took the back of your head off.
Right.
Bye-bye, lawyer.
Right.
And it would be like fucking splitting wood.
Nice.
I mean, it would be the same fucking, because except for the fact that, when you're splitting wood, you're not getting rid of scum. If you kill the lawyers, you get rid of scum.
Right.
Lawyers should be scared all the time. That's the problem with lawyers, is that they're not afraid.
Right.
Lawyers need to be afraid that if you scum it up too much, there's a good chance someone will kill you.
Right.
Now, I don't know how to do that, but
I mean, I guess you got to plant a few seeds.
Right.
That's all.
And of course, they write all
what
the
a
fucking
perfect
laws,
forum. Right?
Because it's mostly who becomes
legislators.
When you think about it, you have to be a lying, baby kissing scumbag to become a politician.
Yeah,
and most of them are lawyers.
90-something.
So it's the same type of person.
Yeah,
it's a
they're all lawyers. That's what I'm saying.
Low life sack of shit.
If you're a lawyer,
just disingenuous.
Now, unfortunately,
scumbag piece of shit.
Unfortunately, I don't know. I was just thinking.
Although everyone loves their own lawyer when you need one.
Our president is not a lawyer. The vice president might be a lawyer. I don't know.
Pence? I don't know if he's a lawyer.
I was thinking Ivanka might be, but she's not. She's not a lawyer.
She's not.
And her husband's not a lawyer either.
No.
So that's good. They're all going to be okay. Don Jr.'s not a lawyer. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi is a lawyer. Bye. Hillary Clinton's a lawyer. Bye. Barack Obama is a lawyer. Bye. The judge down the street in our district court is a lawyer. Bye.
Joe Biden's a lawyer.
Joe Biden may
Pretty sure.
not be a lawyer.
I think Joe Biden's
I know
a lawyer.
His son was.
I think Jumpin' Joe is. There's a law degree somewhere.
Is Joe Biden a lawyer?
Here is information from Wikipedia.
Looks like I'm going to have to actually read that later. But yeah, I mean, you're right. He's probably a lawyer, right?
I think Joe Biden's a lawyer.
They're all fucking lawyers. I don't think Dick Cheney's a lawyer.
He's not.
Oh, shit. I don't think George W. Bush is a lawyer.
No, he's not either.
Yeah. You know what? John F. Kennedy was not a lawyer, but his brother was.
Yeah, and Bobby should have been killed first.
And he was. Oh, he wasn't killed first. I thought he was killed, but...
Oh, no, Bobby was definitely...
Yeah, he was a lawyer.
Syracuse University College of Law.
Bobby.
Joe Biden.
Oh, Joe Biden? Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, it's easy to believe. Easy enough to believe.
Bobby was destined to be killed.
Yeah.
Bobby Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was just a complete asshole. And the story is that you can never get any. How can you get traction on something that's what happened back in '63? For Christ's sakes, it's 55 years ago. I know because I was born in '63, but apparently Joe Sr. made a deal with Sam Giancana to bring in the votes in Illinois.
Right.
And he did that. And then Bobby Kennedy, as soon as John Kennedy was sworn in as president, Bobby Kennedy, the attorney general, made it his mission to go after organized crime.
Right.
Like in Chicago.
Bad move.
Giancana kind of said, "Well, what the fuck?" Well, it's hard to control them kids, and I think the mob
Eventually had their way.
There was a real mob,
Right.
The mob's basically, for the most part. I'm sure there's still some organized crime, but it's nothing like it used to be. And I think that they said, well, we know how to handle it. We'll kill them both. And they got fucking they killed John, and then they fucking killed Bobby
5 years later.
Yeah, and he definitely Bobby. Like there were people that were happy that Bobby got shot.
Was there any connection ever exposed between Sirhan Sirhan and the mob? I don't know anything about their history. I actually, since we've started the show, I acquired a book on the election year of '68 and Bobby Kennedy's assassination because I wanted to learn about it, and I just couldn't get through. Talk about not reading books. I got about 20 pages into it, and yeah.
I think if you started right after high school, if you started and you made it a scholarly endeavor to find out what the hell happened with John and Bobby Kennedy, and you spent your whole life reading everything there was to be read and reading the Warren Commission report and all that, you'd still never fucking completely figure it out.
Right.
And I think it's made that way.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's good for the United States to know that the mob killed the president of the United States. I don't think anybody gives a fuck about Bobby. Bobby was a cunt.
Yeah.
He was.
A notorious douchebag.
He was just a fucking cunt.
A known douchebag, yeah.
And John wasn't. But John was responsible for having Bobby as, they did away with that. That's why Trump had some problems bringing in his daughter and son-in-law because, you can't have your brother as attorney general.
No, you can't. They can't be cabinet level anymore.
So
you certainly have your family as advisors, though.
Sure, but I mean, you just can't have an attorney general. That's a big deal. Well, and also the attorney general is supposed to be completely autonomous from, even though you're appointed by the president.
Yeah,
I mean, you're supposed to be ready and willing to charge the president with a crime,
right?
If you find out about it. And Bobby
Isn't there some
certainly wouldn't do that.
question about whether you can charge a sitting president with a crime?
Yes.
On that level, I think you can, like the whole impeachment thing is not, impeachment isn't the end. It's just the process of having a trial. You know what I mean? Impeach doesn't mean you're kicking him out. You know?
All an impeachment is an indictment.
It's an indictment, right.
And it's as simple as any other kind of indictment.
Right.
All you got to do is put a ham sandwich in the middle of the room, and everybody screams at it and says it's evil.
Right.
And you're impeached.
You can indict a ham sandwich.
But it doesn't mean shit.
Right.
And that's why, see, the problem the Democrats have is that they don't have the numbers for impeachment. That's why Pelosi, as much as she's a fucking melting whore,
Yeah, she's like, it's not worth it. Well,
she is not going to. There's a big cry for impeachment. First of all, they don't have anything to impeach him on.
Right.
And second of all, they don't have the fucking.
Don't you know,
don't
Joe,
have the
that there's
numbers.
stuff in the Mueller report that he can be impeached on? Don't you know that?
Oh yeah. There's all. According to Nancy Pelosi,
And Adam Schiff.
he has been obstructing justice every day that he's been president.
Right.
Just by being elected, he was obstructing justice.
Right.
Because he denied Hillary. It's just, God, I hope she dies awful. I hope she has a horrid death.
Nancy or Hillary? Both.
Oh, both.
Together.
But, I don't know. Hey, can we end this early?
Oh, I was hoping you'd say that.
I know. I got to go up and check on the dog. The dog fucking ate something.
Charlie dog?
No, Lola. And she got like something, it's like a toothpick stuck in her mouth.
Oh, no.
She can breathe and everything fine, but she's got something and she keeps pawing at it.
Oh, no. That's heartbreaking.
She'll be fine.
All right.
But I don't know whether Patty took her to the vet or not, but I got to go upstairs and check on her.
All right, everybody. Well, this has been fun. Joe, I guess I will see you Thursday.
See you Thursday, Al.
Good night, Waterbury.